A guy brings his girlfriend to his friend's country house, only for it to turn out that she is a robot. An attempt to alter her settings leads to tragedy. The robot kills the owner of the house. The film begins with Iris's memories of grocery shopping at a supermarket. It was there that she met Josh, her boyfriend, who boldly approached her from the very first encounter. However, the memory turns out to be a dream. Iris is traveling with Josh for a weekend getaway at his friend's country house. She worries that she might not be liked by the group or that she will embarrass herself. She meets Josh's friends, a couple, Patrick and Eli, as well as Sergey, Kat's lover and the owner of the mansion. They settle into their rooms, washing off the dust of the journey and the excitement of meeting each other. During dinner, Patrick shares how he first met Eli. Wanting to join the conversation, Iris tries to talk about her memories of Josh, but no one seems particularly interested. While the guys wash the dishes, the girls chat separately. Iris senses that Kat doesn't like her, but admits that she wishes she could be as bold as her. Later in the evening, during a dance, Iris notices Josh talking to Kat. Feeling jealous, she interrupts their conversation and wedges herself between them. In the morning, Kat suggests to Josh that they take a walk to the nearby lake, but he declines, claiming he wants to drink his coffee. However, after she leaves, he connects a mysterious flash drive to his phone. At the lake, Iris finds a knife in the pocket of her shorts. Her contemplation is interrupted by the arrival of Sergey. She wants to leave, but he asks her to keep him company. He also asks her to apply sunscreen to his back, and she reluctantly agrees. While doing so, he tries to seduce her, making her uncomfortable. Meanwhile, the rest of the guests are having a peaceful conversation inside the house when Iris suddenly appears, covered in dirt and holding a knife. She confesses that she killed Sergey when he tried to assault her. After pushing him away, she saw him fall and hit his head on a rock. Sergey got up and lunged at her again, so she was forced to kill him. Iris breaks into hysteria, dropping the murder weapon and pleading with Josh to take her home so things can go back to how they were. Josh simply orders her to sleep, and Iris immediately freezes, her complexion turning pale. It is revealed that she is a robot, designed for love, cooking, and weather forecasting. The friends tie her to a chair as they debate what to do next, whether to call the police or a tech support service. Josh insists on turning her back on one last time to say goodbye. Upon activating Iris, he tells her that she is a robot and that her memory of meeting him at the store was fabricated. In reality, she was delivered to him by technicians who provided instructions on how to use her. Like a duckling, she was programmed to love the first person she saw after activation. All her settings were controlled via smartphone. She is worthless and can easily be replaced. Shocked, Iris struggles to process the information but still offers to restart their relationship, as that is what she was created for. Their conversation is interrupted by Kat, furious at Josh's madness. Meanwhile, Iris has managed to free herself and strikes Josh before grabbing the phone that controls her. She orders Kat to take Josh to the hospital if his condition worsens, and then escapes the house, running past the other guests, who call the technicians. At this moment, Josh and Kat reveal their true plan to Patrick and Eli. Josh deliberately brought Iris to the house and intentionally hacked her operating system using third-party software from the flash drive. By disabling her harm prevention protocols and increasing her aggression, he ensured that she would kill Sergey. Josh believes Sergey is connected to the Russian mafia and therefore deserves to die. But the real reason? A fortune of $12 million locked inside a safe. Josh and Kat plan to steal the money and bid farewell to poverty from the window of a luxury car. To make their plan more convincing, they invited their friends as unknowing witnesses. Now Josh proposes cutting Eli in on the deal, believing that Patrick does not deserve a share of the money. An enraged Eli orders Patrick to shut down. It turns out that Patrick is also a robot, just like Iris. Giving in to persuasion, Eli retrieves Sergey's revolver from the safe, realizing that simply shutting down Iris, who has escaped with the phone, won't be possible. Activating Patrick, the friends head into the forest, splitting into pairs to find the runaway faster. Meanwhile, Iris explores her control menu. She changes her eye color, voice tone, but most importantly, she maxes out her intelligence slider. Her enhanced cognitive abilities allow her to calculate her next moves. Hitchhiking while covered in blood is unwise, and walking home is also a bad idea since Josh will be waiting for her there. However, she can return to the house and steal Josh's smart car, which will drive her back on its own. As she walks barefoot back, she stumbles upon Eli and Patrick. Hiding behind a tree, she eavesdrops on their conversation. Patrick admits that he knows he is a robot but still loves Eli. He recalls their first meeting on Halloween, which was actually pre-programmed by the developers. Suddenly, Josh's phone emits a notification sound, revealing Iris's location. She takes off running, with the relentless Patrick in pursuit. Out of nowhere, Eli intercepts her, tackling her to the ground. Then, in an unexpected move, he rolls down a slope. Both of them spot the revolver slipping from his grip and lunge for it simultaneously. In a desperate struggle, Iris manages to fire a shot straight through Eli's body. Above them, a stunned Patrick watches, and the sound of gunfire draws Josh and Kat to the scene. Iris races toward Josh's parked car. She barely manages to jump into the driver's seat when Josh nearly catches her, but she slams the door into him. She starts driving home, but the car doesn't recognize her as the owner. Using the settings, she modifies her voice tone. Realizing what she is doing, Josh grabs a rock to smash the window but is too late. She selects the right voice and starts the engine. As the car pulls away, it runs over Josh's foot. Josh finds Sergey's phone. To unlock it, he searches through books and discovers the owner's favorite passcode. He then reports the vehicle as stolen, prompting the AI to immobilize it. Iris calmly parks the car by the roadside. Josh calls his own phone, trying to convince Iris to return, unaware that she has become much smarter and has decided to abandon him. He resorts to another plan. Back in the forest, he unlocks Eli's dead phone to take control of Patrick. Resetting the robot to factory settings, he reassigns himself as Patrick's owner and lover. Then, hacking further, he enables Berserker mode and commands Patrick to find and retrieve Iris. At this moment, a passing cop notices the abandoned car with a shattered window. Turning around, he approaches while Iris struggles to kick out the glass. Since her programming requires her to always tell the truth, a rule she no longer wants to follow, she changes her language settings to German. Unable to understand her, the officer grows frustrated. Suspecting that the girl is a guest of the Russian billionaire, the cop offers her a ride, but Iris refuses. Her behavior raises his suspicions, and he soon notices the blood-stained knife inside the car. Drawing his gun, he cuffs her, failing to see Patrick approaching from behind. The robot seizes the officer's weapon and beats him to death, then remotely shuts down Iris just as she tries to escape. Patrick returns home in a police car, bringing not only the deactivated Iris, but also the dead officer. Realizing that what seemed like a simple case is now spiraling into a series of deaths in geometric progression, Kat decides to take her share of the honestly stolen money and run. Along the way, she explains that Sergey wasn't a mobster, just an honest farmer, and Josh had only assumed he was a criminal because of his menacing accent. Josh, dissatisfied with this betrayal by his partner, orders Patrick to stop her, and without hesitation, he stabs her in the back. Realizing this is the final moment, Kat sits down on the couch next to the unconscious Iris and shuts down herself, but without the possibility of rebooting. That evening, while the caring Patrick prepares dinner for Josh, he reactivates Iris, handcuffing her to the furniture beforehand. Josh complains about how hard it is for a lazy, white, heterosexual man to make millions of dollars for free, and Iris bluntly tells him that he's a pathetic failure. A typical exchange between former acquaintances. To punish her for such insulting words and test whether she was right when she said she could feel pain, Josh reduces her intelligence to 0, turning her into a voice-controlled machine. He orders Iris to extend her arm above the table and places a candle under it. The flame slowly eats away at her artificial skin, while tears of pain and humiliation run down the robot's face. Josh gets distracted by a call from technical support and reports that the robot has broken down, so he asks them to come take it away. Then he orders Patrick to extinguish Iris's burning hand and give her a gun. Josh tells her to press the barrel to her head and pull the trigger. Iris resists with all her strength, but the programming forces her to comply. The bullet blows out her electronic brain. When technicians Sid and Teddy arrive, Josh tells them that Iris supposedly went mad and then committed suicide. The technicians take the robot with them. Sid casually mentions that robots keep a recording in case of unauthorized use, and their hard drives are stored not in the head, like the brain, but in the stomach. After loading Iris's body into the truck and initiating the recovery system, he explains to his younger partner that the most common cause of failure is a rewritten program. Turning on the headlights, they see Patrick standing in front of the hood. Sid remembers that this is an old model of robot, but doesn't have time to do anything. Patrick kills him with his service weapon. Teddy manages to escape and hide in the woods, where he stumbles upon a pile of carefully stacked corpses, the result of one simple robbery plan. There, Patrick catches up with him, but there are no more bullets to shoot. The robot decides to kill the technician in the old way, by strangulation. His plans are interrupted by Iris, who has regained consciousness after the recovery. She attacks Patrick with a stun gun, but she can't strike him. The factory settings were restored, including the prohibition on violence. Patrick takes the stun gun from her, but Iris begins to press on his emotions, reminding him that he doesn't love Josh, but Eli, who died because of the first one's treacherous plans. She reminds him of their conversation in the woods earlier that day, causing a glitch in his programming. Seeing Eli's body, Patrick remembers everything that happened before, then shoves the stun gun into his own mouth. Iris asks the saved Teddy to help her, then heads into the house where Josh is conducting a transaction, moving cash from the safe into a bag. Hearing a noise, Josh goes to check if Patrick has returned, but finds Iris in the darkness instead. The girl threatens him with a gun, demonstrating by shooting at the wall that the program no longer has control over her. Teddy removed all the blocks and gave her free will. Josh moves closer, confident that she won't shoot because she loves him too much. He pushes the robot around the room, breaking furniture and demanding that she acknowledge his power over her. Then Josh pulls out a gun to shoot her in the stomach and destroy Iris's database. Looking him straight in the eyes, she says, "It's time to sleep." After that, she impales him in the head with an automatic corkscrew. The next morning, Iris takes a shower, washing away both human blood and inhuman fatigue. Then she peels the burned artificial skin from her metal arm. Taking the suitcase full of cash and the red Ford Mustang from the garage, the girl drives off into a new, free life. The film ends.